This meeting is being recorded. We have 3 guests online so far: Charles Malcolm, Joe Scott, and John Stevens. Welcome, everyone. Okay, let's call the roll. Victoria.
Albrecht.
Here.
Zaslow. Day.
Here.
Goretti. Here. Garano.
Here.
Warrenzak.
Here.
Bono.
Here.
We have a quorum.
We have a quorum. John, you want to read? Or I'm sorry, Aaron, like to read our mission statement, please.
Mission of the Hartford County Industrial Development Agency is to deliver economic incentives to businesses and industries to diversify and strengthen Hartford County's tax base and enhance community vitality by supporting job creation, business and industrial development and community revitalization. Strive to develop the local economy in an organized, sustainable and environmentally beneficial manner.
Okay, thank you.
We want to move the next item to executive session, the LDCs. Because we have some conversation first before we come back to vote.
Okay. We'll move item 4 to executive session towards the end.
Yeah.
Next 2 items, correct?
So, yeah. Well, we'll have to come back out for the formation.
Okay.
But we'll move that other one.
All right, let's go to minutes.
Can I say one thing before we go? So I have to apologize again. We couldn't have our meeting for Tuesday. That's why we're in here today. My wife, uncle had passed away, John Rando, math teacher here for decades. The amount of people that showed up were fantastic. They all had stories about him, being their math teacher, and a lot of them thought he was one of the best. But one of the cool things we did find at his house, not that I did, because I don't really go in and start looking through everything, but somebody else did, and this is a shirt made by Dupol and packaged. Yeah, Featherlight was the name, and it's a t-shirt, and there's other items that you can buy, and it was actually packaged in Mohawk at their subsidiary building over there, but I thought it was pretty cool to bring in. And if everything moves ahead well with Mr. Gem, he'll be probably wearing this to the brand ribbon cutting, so. But thank you again for everybody. It's an extra small, so yes. Yeah, me, I can't even fit it over my head, so, but thank you again, and I apologize for the tight situation, but we do have the screen and we're all in here, so it worked out great. Thank you again.
Okay, our minutes have been sent to you for the August 29th, 2023 meeting. They're on pages 1 through 4. Are there any additions, corrections, deletions, changes need to be made there? All right, I'll need a motion to accept. And second by Mike. Any discussion? All in favor, aye. Any opposed, nay. Carried. Item number 7, the financial reports for August are on 5 through 13. Any questions right off the bat? John, any? Oh, you do.
Yeah. It just looked like expenses in August were lower compared to previous months, so I was.
You mean the one where it's $11,000 down there, or where are we looking?
I had my packet from before and I left it on my desk, but it looks, from what I can remember.
So for property.
Payroll was, there was a few things that were down.
Okay.
But yeah, I did notice the negative expense for.
Because we had a grant for Dufo stuff that we did, and we finally received the money in. That's what dropped it way down for that there. So that put us in, how much was that grant for you? 17,000. Yeah. So where we had to pay it all. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, really, that's the question.
No, I just, you don't usually see a negative expense. It's usually kind of important other areas. That's why I was confused. That's all.
Oh, no. Well, this is the way that Bowers told us to post that in here. So that's why we added to that. That's why they adjusted it to this, to make it so we were adding to that account. So it showed that we had more money coming in expenses. So it offset it by the amount that we actually had. We didn't spend as much. So we were
calling in.
And then I just noticed, I just go
month by month, the trend of payroll was down, so I just wasn't sure what.
And then down below, if you go to, so the gain on land sales, we finally got that for all, prior to these guys. The other guy we had before never took those land sales the way it was supposed to be put into QuickBooks and the way that we look at our numbers here. So that was a large entry of the land sale from Skylar that really affected that number. So when you take a look at the properties for Fountainhead, Pepsi, Home Depot, so those kind of guys, that added up to make that number different.
Okay,
So those are the two.
and then I just noticed on the balance sheet, it looks like you diversified some accounts.
Which ones are,
Sorry, I'm the next page.
yeah, look like, go on the next, okay, I'm not in. the-
Probably the amount of big accounts that we have, since we have them at both.
It looks like
Oh,
we're.
Yeah, so we're pulling stuff into NBT and getting out of M&T right now.
Oh, we're getting out, we're not diverse, okay.
Yeah, we're, M&T has not been a receptive good bank for us at this time, or probably in the past 8 months. One of the things they did to us was on a Friday, sent a note around and said, you have to log in through your phone now, your cell phone for security. And we said, there is no way we're gonna have our individual workforce use it, correct, Victoria?
Correct.
And we said, we are not gonna do that. And then they called up and said, well, we can go back and stuff, and we just said, we're not happy. So, but we've been talking about switching for about 1.5 years now. As it, when Stacy was still here, she was not happy with that bank, so.
Okay, I see we're in a savings account, is there any, did they give any sort of money market rate?
Yeah, they gave us a better, oh, you can tell.
They do give us a better rate for having that intra-fund savings account. So we're gaining significantly more money on a monthly basis by having that from the funds invested in that savings account. But we do have access to them at any time. If we come to TV or anything like that, we can access at any time.
What's the rate we have, or is that a?
5 something, was it, you remember?
I don't have that information in front of me. I can get it to you.
I was just curious, because there's money market rates, and, I mean, there's just a, good amount of money, so if it could be part of the money market rates, that would be.
It is a high rate, and they did raise it because we told them, look, where we're keeping it now, and we wanted to make sure we had all bases covered, and they wanted to put it in, they thought this account would work out better for us, because the way our money does cycle through, so.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
No worries.
Any questions, comments? John, you have any follow up on? Well,
What did-
I know you, I
This
know
conversation.
you covered it, but do you have any more to add?
No, I think we're pretty good all around. The other, we should be closing on some of the other solar companies pretty soon. We should see about another 250,000 from a solar company, project that should kick off relatively soon as well. So no, we're in good shape, very good shape.
Need a motion to accept the financials if there aren't any other questions. Leanne, second, Tim, discussion. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay, carried. Item number 8, marketing report. Aaron, you wanna walk us through?
So last week I went to Albany for a Fuse Hub workshop on marketing. I started off in the wrong conference room, so that was fun. But they just taught different marketing tools and stuff, so it was pretty wonderful.
So when we look to some of these other classes too, we know that, do you think there's anybody else in their economic development? But when she came back, she, went through some of the things that were there, and it still works out to be, whether you're selling a widget or you're selling property or, what we do. So
Is there a fee for that?
I don't think there was there?
It's like $25 just because there's food.
Did you pay for the first conference you went to as well?
That was a webinar, wasn't it?
No, she went to Albany. Much better these live things now instead of,
Was it well attended?
well, there's
That was the property.
There's me. There was like 15
Is
people.
that the right room or the one?
No, that was the
That was the right room.
She texted me, everybody in here's got suits and ties on. I go, no, I go, oh, what can you do? Yeah, run.
She was in the United States Senate.
Yeah, she was at the desk, yeah, it was probably every. Yeah, definitely not the Senate now.
Well, they
That's the
changed
Senate.
it over.
Sure.
Okay.
So I made a submission like every quarter to the Hartford County newsletter. It was about the EPA Brownfields Assessment Grant and how much money we've used and for what properties. But if any of you also want to receive it, just let me know or send me an email and I can send you one. My second newsletter for the third quarter is gonna be coming out in October. It's a fall theme, as you can see. If anyone has suggestions of what should go in it, just let me know.
So you're doing that quarterly?
We got some really good feedback from it too.
That's good.
If anyone missed on social media, I posted another featured business. It was Heidelberg, mostly because they brought us bread last week. That's why you guys business.
Don't worry, Jimmy, it was under $75.
Hope the lawyers are not.
It was just too little.
They had two loaves.
And then these are just analytics from social media. Facebook stuff has been increasing, and then I did the followers we've gained in the past year on LinkedIn, which is 130, which I thought was pretty good. So that's it.
Good job.
Thanks.
Okay, any questions for Aaron? All right, let's go to item number 9, Denali Partners, John, you want-
Sure. So a couple months ago, I think it's like 4 now, we took some Clifton Strength Finders test for if you were a legislator, department head, and they reached out a few of us other ones. And after sitting through that, it was good because I see that if we can look at the strengths and benefits of everybody who's either on the board or part of the staff, it could definitely help us continue to grow and see what we can do to help partner with other things. So what I would like to do is with a combination of Denali Partners, set up a time where we could do a board training and a staff training, and maybe we'd let the chamber sit on it as well. But there's some different ones that we can do. I can sit down with them and really get into what we do and see where they might recommend things. But I just wanted to let y'all know that I was hoping that we can move ahead with with something on this, if that was an interest of the board, to do something on this.
It's a great idea.
Okay. The county's doing it, but I don't know how deep they're gonna let people attend it. They might have another one coming up, I'm not sure.
we would squeeze you in, I would think, with, I know we're heading to college.
But, and that's another, it's at night, and then I think what we could do is a little bit more refined, and what we want, and the follow-up would be more than, just taking those numbers. We would take the numbers and see how we could, say, you're dynamic and a certain
Leverage each
area.
other's strengths.
Yeah, so we can really maneuver off of that. So I'll get into more of a certain scope of what can be done, and I'll send it around to everybody. Hopefully get some feedback if you want to attend, but I think it's a good thing. I've been taking these my whole career, and every time it's just a refresher. It's nice to.
We do these all day long.
Yeah, well, but they're good,
Too.
Yeah, yeah, I was excited to get
Yeah, good.
results. I thought it was good. Okay, great, thank you.
Right, item number 10, Skyler Business Park, our convenience store project. John, you want to give us?
So that's just for discussion right now. They hired an engineering firm to lay out the site. They're hoping to go in front of the planning board on October 5th, just to show what they have and to get that ball rolling. We don't think there'll be any issue. The community's very much behind it. Did we have a map of what it was to put up there to show them? Was it in our packet or no? Okay, we can send you over a little, they don't have a great outline yet, but they kind of let you know. But where the light's gonna be now pulling into the park, they'll be off to the side. They're working with Utica Coffee, they're gonna drive through coffee, they'll have food, maybe some storage tanks in the back. We met at the zoning board, and they didn't have any issues with Maravitos tanks as well, so we don't see that being a problem there. So we'll be coming back to the board for their application and everything very soon. I think we did get the application yet, or no, Jerry never said that.
He called me to ask for assistance of the pilot estimation, and I provided that information, that he would be getting us the application.
Okay, so probably for the next meeting, we'll have the application for it, so.
Okay.
Yeah, they want to make it similar to the other site, roughly 4,000 to 5,000 square foot facility, it'll be nice for the front of that.
Is that just their second site or they have others that you?
Well, no, Fuels does, but I don't know the name. Hey, do you know the name of their other convenience stores?
There's all different ones.
Are they? So I don't think this one's gonna be called ADK either. Didn't he say it was gonna be something else? Can't remember now. Something different, but similar format and style and everything. So, yeah, they're looking to become like a franchise, like the rest of them out there, so it'll be nice.
Okay, item number 11, Weston and Sampson structural analysis, John.
Well, we were hoping to have by now an outline of a structural analysis for the Pine Grove School. But we just have not received that as of yet, not sure why. It doesn't make sense to me why we haven't. They have a guy who's out of Old Forge, went and looked at the building once, which we asked him to do how long ago. Now we set up, he wants to go back in and look at it again before he gets a price. So after that, we should get a price and come to you all. But that's moving ahead. There's a lot more things that have to happen there, but at least, we're getting on the right track. They applied for a couple other grants too, I think.
Okay, John, item 12, Luigi Trucking.
So it did get a little kludgy because he added another dynamic to it because of the bank structure that they have to do. So I have to be honest with you, we just were talking about this yesterday and Tony did get us some stuff on it, so we have to vote on the
Yeah,
application again because it's got both names in it now.
Yeah, so each success given application, adding the LLC as a.
So it has, if you look at the page 3 of the packet, I think it's on the packet, but it's on the application, it says Kaluki Trucking LLC, Diamond Drive LLC. He added Diamond Drive LLC, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So nothing else changes with the scope of the project or anything, but it just, because we're adding another dimension, you're getting over 100,000 in benefits, we have to approve the application.
Okay, need a motion to approve that with that change. Tim, second hand discussion, all in favor?
Is there any reason why that's such a small change to add a real estate holding company to it? Is there any sort of scope of, making amendments to it? And are we holding anything up on their end or?
Well, the bank actually changed it and they've been holding it up. So it's not really been us that have been holding it. But when you look at it, they're putting, are they putting the property in the LLC, Victoria?
Yeah.
So,
They're adding.
yeah, so then we have to worry about the pilot there and that has to change when we do the taxes, it has to go to the LLC, the Diamond Drive.
Okay.
So we have to follow the rules of the IDA. So.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. It just seemed like such a.
Well, he shouldn't have, he went to the bank and said, why do I really have to do this? And they made him. So,
Yeah.
we were ready to go before and they actually kind of started over there without any signatures of anything. That was crazy, so.
Well, it makes sense. I just figure if we're just adding an LLC to the paperwork, I would think some sort of like addendum or
No.
new application.
Got it. Well, it's not a whole new, it's just added that name to it, but it changes the way that the numbers are out. And we don't want anybody to come back and say because we're getting over 100,000 in benefits. So we're gonna have a whole nother public hearing too, acknowledging Diamond Drive LLC with it.
How exactly does it change the numbers? Just curious. Oh,
No, it
because the
doesn't.
land-
Yeah, it separates it. It doesn't change any numbers. It
Oh.
gives the Diamond Drive LLC some of it, and the other Calucci LLC has 2 portions of it. So what is it? The sales tax
Okay.
abatement and the mortgage recording
Mortgage
is
recording.
with the LLC, and then the property is in.
So take the benefits and it divides it.
Into 2
the-
companies.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, I understand.
Any other discussion? All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Carried. Second part of that is the cost benefit analysis.
Yeah, pretty much stayed the same.
on page 28 to 29.
Yeah.
Any comments there? The motion? Lori, second, Ian, discussion, all in favor, aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay? Carried. We need to set a public hearing date, I believe, correct?
Yes, do we have a date?
We have not selected it.
We need a motion to set a date for the public hearing. Corey, second, Mike, discussion. All in favor, aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay? Carried. Item
So hold on a second. Yeah, let's do it.
Tony also requested to make an additional motion to amend the inducement resolution to add Diamond Drive LLC as the property owner of the existing pollution permit.
Yeah.
That we got it at 5:30 last time.
So you need a motion for that?
Yep.
And second, Tim. Discussion, all in favor, aye. Opposed, nay.
Hold on. We don't, what did we pick a date for last night?
The one in the.
Oh, for the, okay, did we add the LG out there? But we didn't need to.
We didn't.
Okay, so we'll try to get that one by the 15th too, or that's not, or not the 15th.
We're gonna try.
Okay. So we'll let you know when that date is, but.
Item 13, venue strategies.
Well, it's kind of new, the county voted to move ahead with that venue strategies project at $75,000. But then I was told that they put it aside for us, but I didn't think we were managing. it.
Yeah, we'll find it out later today. We had a meeting last week and the county, like John said, the county did approve 75,000. It'll come out of our general fund. So we'll probably take the wheel with that project. Once it gets passed, we have a meeting next Wednesday afternoon. Once that gets passed, but I'll clarify that today.
Well, I don't know, do we want to continue on with it? I mean, that doesn't, it really doesn't make sense now for the IDA to be involved in it. Because now it's up to, if you're gonna move ahead with it, the county would select the
Well,
site,
I
select the building. I don't think we can take a member or two off the board,
I
that'd be
think,
great.
I think the IDA should have some involvement with that procedure, being that we implemented it and, you know, the key players and any project that comes off of that is gonna, you know, probably go through the IDA in some shape or form, or be supported by the IDA in some shape or form. So, yeah, we could, anyone interested, let me know and we can. There would be probably planning development, my guess, it would go through that.
Yeah, but then maybe properties
And maybe properties should.
And ways and means.
Facility be developed and ways and means also.
And then if you tie into the college, I believe you got education. so you
It
can
may
cover them all
be,
there.
we've talked about the college being the facilitator of it, because there's a 50-50 match, and that's the big, you know, nut. that
They
we-
actually don't, if you read the thing, they don't have to be the facilitator, they have to be involved with it.
Yeah.
But you can still use, that's why they were happy about the opportunity zone, they can still get private investment that could run it and make money off of it and still get the 50 from the state.
I think it's up to 50 though, right?
Up to 50%, but most of the time when they've done it around the
They
state,
usually give.
yeah,
50%
yeah,
contribution.
Michael was telling us that.
So they've identified, if you remember, they identified that, there is a need for, facility that would handle, I believe it's 130,000 square feet of turf. And 130,000 square feet of court facilities, court meaning basketball, volleyball, things like that. And then another 50 or 60,000 square feet of, you know, just general space, storage and administrative offices, whatever. So it's close to 500,000 square feet, is it 500,000?
Yeah, little
Square feet, so it's a big facility and, so they've identified that. Now where it goes from there, we'll see. So this next phase of the study will identify that type of things and get more into the weeds. So, yeah, it was unanimous. So we'll see on Wednesday and see where we can
But
identify a
do
location.
you think that, I personally don't think it should come back to the IDA to manage that, the next phase of it. It really isn't our project any longer. We took it to develop the task that said, yes, this should move forward, but now it's in the county's
Right.
hands.
I'll get those questions answered.
Who would it have been?
Today, I believe it would go through our committee, yes.
Good.
You know, we're funding it.
And given all the, the capital improvements that are going to happen at the college, I can only imagine the venue strategies report will obviously take that into
Oh,
consideration. I remember our meeting where they were talking to
They
Nick
were
and
involved, right?
everyone. So it's nothing where we're going to plan something that's going to draw away from their project. If anything, it's going to, boost it,
Absolutely.
correct? I
The
mean,
college
as
had
far as-
planned a facility like this, it just costed it, at the time, but, the county has of late invested about $11 million into this next go around here. We did approve it, last meeting, I believe it was last meeting, or a meeting before that, $11 million projects, improvement. A lot of it had to do with the sports facilities up there, the fields.
And this building would.
It just enhanced it, yeah, it would just goes, yeah.
Okay.
But do you agree that it shouldn't come through the IDA anymore? But because if you have opinions that we should maintain it, that's understandable too.
You mean be at the helm of
Be the, yeah,
driving the project? I mean, I don't know if you have the capacity for that, but.
I would, it's my feeling that the county is gonna take over.
I just didn't know why they didn't put the money in our.
No, we appreciate the idea for implementing it and for bringing it forward and, being the catalyst, yes. So,
I'm sorry, what money are you talking about?
They set aside $75,000 in over in the county for us to pay for the second phase of the study
So they set it aside.
to the IDA.
we will approve it hopefully on this coming Wednesday.
But I didn't think that we were gonna take that second phase. That's what I'm concerned about, that they're assuming we can do that.
Did they just set it aside just to earmark it?
We don't have the money.
Or was it
No,
for?
we will go ahead with it once it's approved. Yeah.
So it sounds like it's just set aside and earmarked.
No, to the IDA.
Yeah, I have to clear that up. It's worded that way that the IDA would receive that and then move forward with it.
Oh.
I think should be that the county should move forward because it's gonna be on county property if it is
Mhm.
through the college. And we could go a completely different direction too. It could be on a separate, we can get an investor and have a partners, as John said, and it could be a completely different direction. So, it could be done few different ways. Could be an authority, could be, an investment group that wants to run it. Could be the college, could be a partnership with those 2 or 3 entities. So it all remains to be seen. It's all been identified.
You're gonna be creating staffing.
Absolutely.
management.
College has I think they have the where we go, the educational, the human resource center of it. They could definitely manage something like that. They've done a great job.
Have you been running the events and camps and tournaments or?
They get a lot of press when they have these national titles. Herkimer runs their events. Everybody loves the way they run the events. Matter of fact, they went to, I think they went to Syracuse to run one of the events that they were.
We don't have the thousand here. So that injection will allow that to come back here.
Okay. So that was discussion. Let's go to item 14, 2571 Higbee Road. That's our Russell Farm Water and Sewer Extension. John, give us the update.
So this is fantastic. So finally, we worked with the right engineer, and we went out to bid, and the numbers are in your packet. And we received the low bid from Keller and Sons Construction, of $426,000 and some change. And they are gonna directional drill. So they're not even gonna dig up the road, so I'm very excited about that too. And, they're signing the agreement, and then we just need to approve to move that.
Why all of a sudden something freed up with that? Or did they bid the first time?
No, a lot of these people were unaware of it from, what the avenue that we put it out.
So all of these contractors are directional.
No.
That is directional. No.
No, not all of them. That was an option. You could jack and bore, you could directional drill, or you could dig up the road.
So what did we change that they were identified?
We
Did they,
put it out in this contractor thing, 518 area code, so.
because they're south of Albany.
Yeah.
If I remember Keller and Sons is, I think borderline was what, St. Johnsville? And
All right.
obviously Central Paving is local.
They were $100,000
I
cheaper.
know, yeah. I was kind of surprised, just to make a comment, I'm sorry.
No.
The three items, I believe, that they only used to ensure that they were, I guess, capable. They confirmed that they were licensed to operate in New York State. They were on the department list, and there was no safety violation. I would think Delta would want some sort of opinion from their bond agent or someone to understand.
Well, they had to submit a bond.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, we have a
With the
bond.
bid,
Yeah,
the bonded.
they're bonded. We also had many references as well in the packet.
So references came as, so,
Oh, yeah.
okay, they didn't outline that.
No.
I think that's helpful. I just thought those were pretty light items to ensure that they had the capacity to these projects.
But they're very big, they're well.
Yeah, no, I did. I looked at them. They look perfectly capable. I just thought those three items were pretty light.
Okay,
But if they have more.
wasn't surprised there, so, okay, I need a motion to accept that bid. Tim, second by Ann, discussion. All in favor, aye. Any opposed, nay.
We actually thought Lucy might come in a little cheaper because they're doing all the work in Ilion, you know, and it could fit in, but it didn't work.
Item 15, HP Design Jet T830 plotter. I don't know what's up with this.
This is gonna take us to the next connection. Anyway, so, what you see around the room, a lot of maps and things, we have to go outside for that. We have a lot more opportunities and presentations to do. Our current computer guy can manage it. It's a large format plotter that we'll be able to utilize for a lot of things, and we feel as though it's a necessary asset to keep us moving in a very positive direction.
Different wording.
It definitely will, very large, so you'll be able to read them without glasses. We can make them into stickers too for you, you can put it right here.
All right,
That might work.
another tool that we're gonna need. Any comments, questions? Need a motion? Cory, or John?
Yeah.
Okay, and Cory, second. Discussion. All in favor, aye.
We had anybody in the
Opposed, nay.
No, it's supposed to be readily available.
Here.
HP is the way to go.
There's only one and maybe two and computer guy that will track down to have a survey done.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Some company that Ron's free, I forget.
Before we go into, before we go into executive session, let's go to project updates. Yeah.
Okay. Leading Edge Awards are October 26th. Hale Manufacturing from Herkimer County is receiving that. I think it's important that we attend. If you can, let me know. We'll get you tickets. Also, Gaetano and Romano are receiving Lifetime Achievement of the Stito Award. And both of them have their families have projects within the county too, so I think it's important. Please let me know sooner than later if you'd like to attend. We'll order some tickets. Herkimer BOA is proceeding. We got another email the other day saying, well, now it's in front of the executive committee at DOS and it'll be about 2 months. And I said, that's ridiculous. And we're moving ahead though with doing the brownfield looks with our EPA grant. Anyways, we were approved from the ledge. So Lorraine's going in front of the judge to get us temporary ownership to get on those properties. New York Forward, we are applying with Ilion for a project that stretches from the marina up to Main Street where the liquor store is and Walgreens and Kinney Drugs and over to the dual fold where I think we're asking for a little over $2 million for that. Fast New York, myself, I believe Mr. Bono, Victoria and Leanne West will be down in Albany next Tuesday to present for the Fast New York. That's the grant to help us with the cost of the entrance to the Schuyler Business Park and putting in the 500,000 gallon water tank. And just so you know, I've talked to other people that have applied, other IDAs, and they have not heard back. So I feel very positive about us going to the presentation. Plus, we pester the hell out of them. So,
How much was that again?
what was that? 400 to 500,000, yeah. Man, I think it's more than that. Million, yeah, what am I thinking?
Yeah.
Million,
Million?
yeah, million. Yeah, they just gave Edge 17, so,
4 million, not 400.
no, 4 million.
Okay.
Yeah, Brownfield event, and coming back in April. We're not the lead on it this time, even though it's at Herkimer County, MLED is. And, they want us to be the sponsor of the night event. I don't know if we want to do that this time. I think it's good that other people step up. I haven't been, able to be on a call. There's one this morning, but we won't make it. But, yeah, be careful. Stuff will start falling in. But, I don't know what we want to do. Do we want to have it at the miners table again? You know, at the diamond mine? I don't know the answer. I want to talk a little bit more about it. I thought last year was good, but if you do the same thing every year, I think it gets blocked. So we'll have to figure that out. But I wanted to make you aware of that. One of the other cool things that happened to me yesterday, I attended our,
Another tattoo.
Cultivate Herkimer County Ag meeting. All of you may have a sticker. Very cool. We're moving ahead more and more through Garrett and, his team over there. So it's, you could put that on there if you want. I think that would be cool.
Expedition.
You're up here, I wonder what that. So it's pretty cool the way that's moving ahead for us now. There's a lot more items, a lot more happening with it. We had a good meeting yesterday. And we're gonna continue to push that through, and it's a great tie-in with what we're doing here, and hopefully with Masonic and the certified kitchen and everything else that'll flow with it, so. That's gonna be it for now, and then we'll have to move into executive session if you let one down.
Yeah, there's comments by elected official John Stevens, you're online. Any comments you'd like to make?
No, I'm all set. Thanks.
Okay, sir. Garrett, you're here as a guest. Go ahead.
Yeah, just one quick note, we're sponsoring a series of webinars with the Cornell and Penn State campuses on the solar ag issues. And one of them's today, but one that's might be of particular interest is on October 12th. Solar and agriculture, a company's perspective on the challenges and pathways to successful integration of both. And one of the presenters, one pair of presenters is Josh Bennett and Kevin Campbell from EDF.
Okay.
And it's interesting because they often talk about the Columbia project and their plans for it. Haven't really seen a lot of concrete action, but I think that everyone should have their ears on what they're saying so we make sure they actually do it. There's some other presenters as well. In Virginia.
Can you send that to Erin so she gets it out on social media and lets us all know?
Yeah. We'll do
Okay, great. You know Erin. right?
Yes.
All right. Let, you need 2 items in executive session.
No, I got
Okay, item number 4, formation. Yeah, I know, I'm just.
So we're okay with that.
Mike and Tim.